and beyond. I don't know where the city stops and where but it's the greater Los Angeles area. But we were talking about the fact that, after this is all over, whenever it ends, and it might start again today with these winds picking up. I'm talking about out of control fires. Who's going to insure homes there anymore? So it's a bad situation for.
Yeah, I'm looking at a map. So the Malibu, Pacific Palisades area looks like it's to the west, kind of a little bit maybe northwest. The Hearst fire is kind of to the northwest, and the Eaton fire to the north of Los Angeles.
Right.
So I don't know where the winds would drive these things.
Yeah.
Whether it would go to Los Angeles, downtown Los Angeles is what I'm talking about.
All right, so we have posted that interview that Dennis Quaid, the actor, did with a local television station in Los Angeles, the NBC affiliate. We posted it on our Today's Issues Facebook page. So if you want to watch the video or the audio we played last half hour, it's pretty fascinating to listen to him to talk about. And he said, your life can change in a moment, basically, is what he was saying. All right, you're listening to Today's Issues. Frank, go ahead.
Just one note. We're trying to get a hold of some churches in the area to see what's going on outside of the area, how they're helping. But we do know that there were churches, the buildings totally destroyed. We talked about businesses and that sort of thing, but imagine a local church that draws from a local area.
Yeah.
It's over. It's over, at least for the foreseeable future. I mean, you got to find somewhere to meet temporarily, and people are going to displace and disperse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, how do you bless them?
Yeah.
So, we do need to, and I have been, we all need to be praying for that whole situation. I don't know exactly how to pray. I don't know. It's what does the Bible say when you don't know how to pray? Ed, do you have an answer for that one?
Well, the Bible does say in Romans chapter 8 that the Holy Spirit helps us when we don't know how to pray as we should. But listen, this is one of those things where you say, okay, we do know what we should do.
What do you mean?
Well, in terms of churches that are not affected, I'm sure they are helping. I know the Dream Center in Los Angeles, our church, the church that you and I attend, Tim, Hope Church here in Tupelo, Mississippi, they are praying about sending a team to help the Dream Center, which is a huge outreach in the Los Angeles area, to help people distribute water and blankets and diapers and some food items. And so I'm sure that the churches in that area that have not been affected by the fires are doing that. They're mobilizing. And you pray for wisdom. Lord, what's the best area? How do we get these supplies to the people who need them? You'll have to work with government agencies if you're churches. Government agencies hopefully are setting up areas for...
Is it okay just to say, Lord, I pray for the people of?
Yeah,
I don't know how to pray.
Yeah, I think so.
You understand what I'm saying here?
That's what I've done. Lord, just, help these people find, find what they need. You're talking about immediate survival, okay? So finding shelter, food, the things you need to get by over the next several weeks. And then there are, like we've been talking about, the long-term plans, adjustments you have to make. There are going to be people who are going to leave forever, that area.
I think a lot of them.
Yeah.
Probably.
And so where do we go? How do you start all over? If you're not there, if you've moved to Utah or you moved to Texas, are you still going to have to combat with insurance companies and sell your plot? I don't know. It's
yeah, and if you listen, my wife and I, we've built several houses over our 4 decades of marriage, and just the issue of building a house requires that you go there, on site, almost on a daily basis. Certainly after the house gets really going, to make sure you're pleased with the work, everything's been done, like you contracted to do it, and you keep up with the progress. So how is somebody supposed to do that? I'm not talking about the people who are super wealthy, okay? I'm talking about the average person. How's the average person supposed to rebuild a home, especially if it wasn't insured? They don't have most people, if they do have the money, that's all they have. Maybe their life savings to put. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then you're supposed to. I don't know. It's just it's a tragic situation, unlike anything that I can remember people going through in this country.
Well, if you and I are having trouble figuring out all the things, we would have to. What about the people? The people who have gone through it are having just as much trouble. You talk about the red tape that exists on just rebuilding a house in a place like Los Angeles. It's probably got regulations out the wazoo. Okay, so you're going to have to navigate that.
It's listen. Ironically, it's like an apocalyptic movie.
Yeah,
happening in real life Hollywood, so to speak. The greater Los Angeles area, the entertainment capital of the world.
And it's like Dennis Quaid said, your life. For these people, within a week or so, their lives have changed in a way they did not expect.
Forever.
Yeah.
All right. So anyway, that interview with Dennis Quaid that he did there is available on our Today's Issues Facebook page there. All right, Fred, what's your next story?
Well, while all of this is going on the West Coast, back on the East Coast in Washington, D.C., President Joe Biden has just 1 week left on the job. A week from today is Inauguration Day, big day in Washington, D.C. But today, President Joe Biden will give what's being billed as his final foreign policy speech. And in the preview, Jake Sullivan, who is one of his national security advisors, U.S. national security advisors, was interviewed about the speech Biden is giving today. And Sullivan kind of previewed everything by saying the world ought to be thanking that Joe Biden was president over the last 4 years, because the world has been safer because of Joe Biden. In fact, the Associated Press headline leading up to the speech this afternoon from Joe Biden claims he has been the steady hand the world needed. I think there are people who would dispute that, given what's going on in the world. And and we've talked about it on this program, since Joe Biden became president, look at what has happened around the world, the chaos that's there. The Biden administration blamed for basically caving into Iran and what Iran has done, and its proxies, Hamas, Hezbollah, etc., etc. China, most people agree China is stronger, much stronger today than it was when Joe Biden became president. North Korea, if anything, the danger level has escalated incredibly since Joe Biden became president. But yet he's going to apparently give this speech today and pat himself on the back and
is he going to give himself the Presidential Medal of Freedom?
No, I don't. I'm not sure if there's any of those left.
Can he put it around his own neck?
Yes.
I know, he's handing those out like candy, huh? George Soros, and also Hillary Clinton.
Yeah.
They're the most high profile.
George Soros is like a Bond villain. In these James Bond movies over the decades, they always have these like oversized villains. And that's what George Soros is like in terms of what the damage he's done to our country. And for the President of the United States to give him one of these medals it's
Presidential Medal of Freedom.
Yeah. Listen, I think that the Biden administration is going to go down as one of the worst in U.S. history. And I don't know how Biden escapes that. I don't think, like how when someone's president's been kind of unpopular, as the years go by, people's opinion of the president improves. I don't think that's going to happen for Joe Biden.
No.
I don't think anybody's going to have any sense of nostalgia for the Joe Biden years, because nothing good happened.
No.
It just was all
Well, that's the reason they lost too. One of the-
bitter. It was bitter. One bitter disappointment after another. One
for me.
wave of-
My expectations were very low to begin with, so I wasn't disappointed.
One wave of darkness after another. We were engulfed by it. No one's going to be going, "Wow, the good old Biden did." Can't.
We long
go
for it.
back.
We long for it.
We long for
We
it.
long for it. So what do we got? One more week of Joe Biden is
That's
out.
it. I was just looking at the clock. Basically, it's almost 11 o'clock Central Time. Around 11 o'clock Central Time next Monday is
Now-
the big day.
Yes, President Trump will be inaugurated.
Yes.
So let me ask you this: you have so you got 7 more days of Biden and Kamala Harris.
Mm-hmm.
Biden, and I'll insert bless his heart right here. He was it over the weekend where he made the comment about he could have beaten Trump and
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kamala Harris could have beaten. Do we have that?
Mm-mm.
Okay, he said, speaking to reporters, does Steve not have that? I thought Steve maybe had that for the next time. Anyway, he said that he could have beaten Kamala Harris. He could have beaten Trump, and Kamala Harris could have beaten Trump, as if the election never even happened.
Yes.
Did you hear that?
Yes, that was
I know.
bizarre. That was a bizarre. Man, I understand.
Good for him.
Yes, I understand Joe Biden saying, because he was being he was, I don't remember what the subject was, but he was talking about the fact that he stepped down and he did it for party unity, and I can understand him thinking I could have beaten Trump because he didn't really get the chance, even though I think he was behind
Right.
in the polls when he did step down, because it was in the
That's
wake
a who
of that.
knows.
Yeah, that's
That's a who knows.